Have you ever pondered on the essence of duty, of service, of doing what is required without expecting praise or reward? Such questions, though seemingly simple, are far from it. They invite us to delve deeper, to challenge our understanding of these concepts we often take for granted. What does it mean to serve, to perform our duties with unwavering commitment and humility? Is it not the essence of being human, to contribute to the greater good, to make our mark in the world no matter how minute? Yet we live in a society that often confuses service with servitude, duty with obligation, humility with weakness. We're here today to challenge these misconceptions, to explore the profound wisdom hidden in the pages of an age-old text, a text that has guided millions through its tales of love, sacrifice, and service. Today, we delve into the Gospel of Luke, chapter 17, verses 7 to 10, and uncover the profound wisdom it holds for us. Our reading today comes from the Gospel of Luke. Listen closely, for each word carries a weight of wisdom. Chapter 17, verses 7 through 10. Jesus speaks to his disciples, "Who among you would say to your slave, who has just come in from plowing or tending sheep in the field, 'Come here at once and take your place at the table'? Would you not rather say to him, 'Prepare supper for me, put on your apron and serve me while I eat and drink, later you may eat and drink'? Do you thank the slave for doing what was commanded? So you also, when you have done all that you were ordered to do, say, 'We are worthless slaves. We have done only what we ought to have done.'" Let's pause for a moment. Let the words sink in, breathe life into your thoughts. This passage, like a river, flows with layers of meaning, each one waiting to be unveiled. Jesus, in his characteristic parabolic style, presents us with a scenario that pushes us to examine our understanding of duty and responsibility. Imagine the scenario: a servant, weary from a day's work in the fields, returns home. Does the master, seated comfortably at his table, invite the servant to join him? Or does he demand further service, insisting on being served his meal before the servant can rest? Jesus tells us the latter is the norm. The servant, despite his labor, is expected to continue serving. There's no gratitude expressed for fulfilling an expected duty. It's a stark portrayal of the master-servant relationship, a metaphor that Jesus uses to shed light on our relationship with God. We, like the servants in the parable, are called to duty. But our duty is not a burdensome obligation. It's a joyful response to God's love, a testament to our commitment and faith. We don't seek praise for doing what's expected of us. Instead, we humbly acknowledge, we are worthless slaves. We have done only what we ought to have done. In these verses we see an exploration of duty, of service, of humility. What does it truly mean to you? Now, let us reflect on the profound insights this passage provides. In the Gospel of Luke, chapter 17, verses 7 to 10, we encounter an essential yet often overlooked lesson: the principle of unassuming service. It speaks about the duties of a servant who, after a long day's work, is expected to continue to serve without expecting praise or recognition. This servant does what is required because it is his duty, not because he expects a reward. Isn't that a powerful metaphor for our own lives? How often do we find ourselves seeking validation, praise, or rewards for the tasks we undertake daily? This passage invites us to reflect on the notion of duty and service, to question our motivations and to reconsider our expectations. In the grand tapestry of life, each of us plays a role. Each of us has a duty. We are called upon to perform our tasks, not for applause or accolades, but because it is our responsibility. Whether it's the work we do, the relationships we nurture, or the challenges we face, we are called to act with commitment and integrity, without expecting a pat on the back. Yet it's important to remember that this passage doesn't ask us to diminish the value of our efforts. Instead, it encourages us to adopt an attitude of humility, to recognize that the fulfillment of our duties is, in itself, a reward. It's about finding joy and satisfaction in the act of giving, serving, and contributing, without seeking external validation. This gospel passage nudges us to shift our perspective, to redefine our understanding of success and fulfillment. It urges us to embrace the quiet dignity of service, to find worth in the tasks we perform, not because of the recognition they might bring, but because of the inherent value they hold. So, as we journey through life, let us strive to embody this wisdom. Let's do our duty, serve without expecting a reward, and find fulfillment in our humble contributions. Remember, in doing what is expected of us without seeking applause or reward, we embody the true spirit of service and humility. This is the wisdom the gospel imparts to us today.